Assalamualaikum everyone. We will start the session with Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah. Okay, we will start now. Okay. Basically today we're going to look at I would say beginner level use of Google Jamboard. Okay. I've used it a few times, but not full. I've not fully utilized Jamboard. However, I think it is useful for in beginner students and also advanced students, because we will be able to actually collaborate with the students, and we can make Jamboard as part of our synchronous class and also asynchronous class, both. Okay, and we can also use Jamboard for during meetings. Okay, since we don't have we work from home now, so yeah, I think it is very useful for us to collaborate using Jamboard. Yeah. Okay. You can stop me anytime if you have any questions. Okay. So we'll go with the walkthrough first. What you can do with Jamboard, you can write, of course, you can draw. If you have a drawing tablet or you have a tablet or iPad, it will be better to use this stylus, okay? Because on the browser's Jamboard, it will be a bit difficult for you to write, okay? But you can use other elements like text and also the post-it style sticker, okay? And then you can insert images and also GIF, GIF file in your Jamboard. Okay, I'll show you later. And then you can copy paste not just images, but like if you have a template where you can copy, for example, for word search activity, you can also use Jamboard. Okay, and then you can resize the text and also images. Okay, Jamboard is available on Google Apps as well. So the feature on Google Apps is a bit different, but I'm not going to show you this because I will use only on web page. Okay, and then you can sketch. You can you can draw. Students love doing this because I don't know why, but they love scribbling on Jamboard and whatnot until I have to ask them to stop. Okay, and then you can also share your gems with your collaborators. For example, you have a lesson plan, a complete lesson plan, or in chunks, like activity like for example ones that I've used with my students is, you can write, they can actually write a sentence. For example, the topic is parallelism, and then you can see how different these students will actually write sentences, and then you can share with other friends, okay? And then I've put there a link on Google support web page where you can actually have more in-depth info on the use of Jamboard. Okay, and this is the example of Jamboard. What do you call this? Jamboard itself. Okay, so you have a few features here. Since this is image, if I click it, they won't come out those extra features. Okay, so it is available on the apps, the waffle thingy on your Google. Okay, you can set background. For example, you're talking about nature, so you can put image. Okay, and then for this one, you can have like 20 Jamboards on one file. So you can have like a full lesson plan, for example, from, say, for example, we're talking about reading. You can have the pre-reading, while reading, and also post-reading activity using one file. But a few a few frame of this, okay? And then you can, there are features for pen, and if if I click the arrow later, you will see they can use paintbrush and whatnot, okay? And then this is the eraser, and this is to select. Say for example, you want to edit, this is the select button, and this is the sticker, just like our, what do you call that, post-it too. Okay, and you can add image, and then this is mana tu shapes, okay, and this one you can put in text, and this is like a laser pointer during class. If you want to point on something, this is the laser pointer. Okay. So these are list of things you can do with Jamboard. Okay, later we will look at it more. Okay, so like I said, you can you can draw, you can erase, you can select, you can put sticky note, you can insert images, you can draw shapes, you can type in text and sentences, for example, and you have the laser pointer, and then the background. Maybe perhaps you go by thematic. For example, you're talking about environment, you put in forest picture, okay, and clear frame. Instead of undo or erasing, you can wipe everything by clicking the clear frame button, and then we have the frame bar. Okay, on Jamboard apps on your phone, for example, you can even add in Google Drive file. Okay, and then the menu, you can zoom in and zoom out. For example, you want to look at one particular thing in Jamboard, so you can zoom in. Okay, and then you can undo and redo whatever you have done or whatever your student have done. And there is a history, just like documents. Okay, so from the history you can sometimes I use that to take students attendance using that history part. Okay, so how do you access Jamboard? You go straight to Google's website, jamboard.google.com, or you can, while having Google Meet, you can click the Jamboard button, and then your whiteboard, Jamboard will appear. Okay. Where can you use Jamboard? You can use it in Google Meet, you can use it in Google Classroom. This is for collaborating, like real-time collaborating. This is where you use it, okay? And Google Classroom, say for example, you want to use it in Google Classroom, you can actually assign each student to have one frame of that Jamboard. Okay, you can actually assign individually. Okay, and if you want to know more on the tools and reference, you can go to this website. I'll share these slides later. Okay, now let's jam. Okay, I have to say that I will share things that I know. Perhaps some of you know better how to use this. And since I don't know Arabic and also I don't know Tilawah, I think the sample will be given based on a very general English class perhaps, okay? But you can write in, say for example, you want to add in Arabic language in the exercise later, it's okay. Yeah, so you can see what collaboration is all about. Okay. No first lah. Okay, so I will show you some samples of things that you can do actually on Jamboard first, samples first. Okay. So these are things that I've done with students. Okay. For example, this one. This is a brainstorming activity. Okay. So before introducing the passage, a reading passage, I did the pre-reading by asking students what they know about esports. So students can actually write in what they know about esports. Okay. However, when you create a Jamboard, not in your Google Meet, you have to set the share button. Okay. So you share here. Okay, say for example this one, I have to share it with the students, so I said anyone with the link and they can edit. Okay, but for today, say for example, I want to only do it with my colleagues. I'll share this with only people in International Islamic University, and you can also edit. Later, I'll give you the link. Yeah. Okay. What you can do. Okay. Say for example, this is done with another class. Okay. So now I want to share it with you. So what I do is I create another frame. Okay. So this one, I can copy this. Okay. You click the three buttons here, and then you can duplicate. Okay. So you can also delete. You can edit. For example, you want to change. Say for example, oh, this is not how you spell it. For example, you can edit later. And but you can't change the, I don't think you can change the color of the font. Okay, that's the not so nice thing about it. But and then the colors are limited for this one. Okay, so for this class, for example, I will do the same, or I can download as PDF, make a copy. For example, I want to make a copy. Okay, you can do that as well. Okay. And this one, for example, once you're done, you see, for example, you want to go to the next step, you can ask students, for example, post-reading activity. You can ask for new vocabularies that they have learned, maybe. Okay, and then you go to Jamboard again. Okay, and this one is a word search activity. Yeah, again, we need to be careful with what do you call this, with the sharing setting. If not, you'll be receiving a lot of requests. Okay, so edit. Okay, so I want to share this with you. I'll give you the link on chat here. Okay, we can all visit that particular Jamboard. Okay, so what we can do is you can choose here. There's a highlight, what do you call that? Highlight, highlighter ni. So you can you can look for the answers. Okay, but be careful, because once you allow people to edit, they can move, they can delete and whatnot. Okay, so for example, this one, one word here, pleasant. So you highlight, that's the first answer. So the rest of you can try, choose highlighter. This is mark pen, this is marker, this is highlighter, and this is brush. Like for example, for painting, you can use this one. Okay, we can do this together perhaps. Okay, so this one we can use with beginner students, beginner level students. Okay, so if you click the arrow, then you can use a highlighter. If you click pen, you will have pen form of editing. Okay, so what I did was I googled for image of word search, and then I insert it here. Okay, I think this one is very easy, right? You just add image. Okay, how do you add image? Okay. Oh yes, you can erase. Okay, so we'll create one new frame. Okay. Okay, we'll go to the new frame. I'll show you how to word search image. Okay, so we'll look for any word search image. What I do with this one is I copy image. Okay, this is one way of doing it. Okay, and then I go here and then I paste. That's one way of doing it. Then you resize. Okay, if the image is like blur like this, perhaps you want to delete. So what you do is you delete like that. Okay. Say for example, this one student has actually accidentally conteng this part, so you just clear frame or you erase. You know, you can undo and whatnot. Okay. Okay. So it's up to you how you want to add the images. For example, okay, we'll take this one. We'll see if it's clear or not. You click right and then you copy image. Then you go to your Jamboard and then you paste it here. That's one way of doing it. Later I'll show you how to add images from Google search. Okay, this is another okay, so this is one way of doing it. So this one, you can have like a set of word search puzzles on your Jamboard. Okay, and another way of doing it is create another frame. Okay, and then you click here, add image. Okay, you Google image search or Google image search. Okay, you look for word search here. Okay, so here is where you click. And then you insert. That's another way of adding images in your Jamboard. Okay, and then you can edit the size. You can make it funky by having it a bit slanted. Resize. Okay, so this is another way of adding images. Okay, any questions so far? No, all right. Okay. So I've added you to that one, so you can use it in your Google Classroom. Perhaps you make a copy and then you share it in your Google Classroom with your students. Okay, and then next one is we'll show you how to use the next feature, that is the sticky notes. Okay, so I share with you. You can edit. Okay, then you copy the link here, easiest way, and then I will share this one with you. Okay, so you can now put in your edit. You can share what you are grateful for today. Okay, what are you grateful for today? So you can use the sticky notes here. Okay, I'm grateful for this training. Okay, usually student will give this kind of one answer, right? So, okay, you use this one, sticky notes. You can choose the color or you don't want color. And then you write in your input and then you save it and it will straight away go be posted on that Jamboard. Okay, let's try this one. You're only using sticky note. Okay, we can try this. You can also try the pen, how to connect the ideas, right? Maybe this one. Yeah, work from anywhere. Alhamdulillah for that. Okay, so this is the use on sticky notes. For example, Ustazah here, transparent. Okay, so no color. Oh, my blooming flowers. Yes, you can scribble on that. If the answer is correct, okay, approve. Put put what do you call that? Apa tu? Apa mark tu?
Tick.
Tick. Tick. Okay, so these are things that you can do with students. Instead of just asking them to write, like full sentences of, for example, apa tu? Macam, sometimes they get bored juga just writing, right? So this one is real time. You can actually see how many people are in your class, how many are attending, how many are actually, like sometimes they just park their name and they're not there. Okay. And if you look here, you can actually see the version history. Yes, you can scribble. So the version history, you can see how many people actually attempted the activity. So you can actually take attendance from this part. Synchronous class. Okay.
Okay, no.
Here.
Where do we see the history?
Okay, sekejap. You go dekat ni, share button ni, and then there's a 3 button here. You click, and then you can rename, and then you can download as PDF. For example, it's a beautiful picture. For example, you download as PDF, or if you want to share the image with me. But this one, you go to the very last one, see version history.
Okay.
The same thing with
Thank you.
Google Documents tu kan, sama je. So you can take their attendance from there.
Right.
Marvelous.
Cik Nur,
can I ask a question?
Yes, can.
I noticed that you have been sharing different links. Boleh tak kalau kita just use one Jamboard tapi kita just move from one frame to the other? But the students will still be able to work on it.
Oh, okay. Yes, boleh. If you edit here, you can. Okay, I'll bagi contoh ya. For just now, the other one is now, it's a different file.
Okay. Kalau I nak stick to the same file tapi I pergi different frame, the second one I will still boleh share dengan student.
You still boleh, tapi the file name will still be gratitude because the moment you choose to rename it, the whole thing will be renamed. It's not gratitude anymore. But you can share. For example, untuk one particular class kan, you name it according to class. Yes, yang tu boleh.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So this one, I don't want this. So what I do is takut kan salah buat. Okay lah. Okay, so this is, so Ustazah here put Arabic. Okay, so this is one way you just use the sticky notes. Is that what we have? Yes?
Kita boleh detect ke siapa yang tulis ni?
Boleh. Tu.
Yang tu gambar kecil tu Asma faham ke yang Arabic tu?
Tak.
Dia kata Cik Nur Jamila comel.
Oh. Lepas tu kita bolehlah tengok kan macam ni. You nak edit. You say for example students did grammatical error, you boleh edit. So you explain to them and then you edit. Okay. And then what else can we do with it? Order. You can say for example dia macam overlap kan. Okay, show you example. For example, this one I put it here. Tapi dia dah kacau say for example grafik tu. So you rearrange the order. Cakap send backward. Send to back. So dia tak nampak. Order. Bring forward. Now you can see it. Just in case the students punya tu macam overlap dengan image yang kita letak tu. Okay. So this is on using it for sticky notes. Okay. And then okay lah, I don't want this kind of dots for the background. So okay, we will put this blue line just like a foolscap paper. Okay, so tukar. Or nak bagi cantik sikit lah. So you buat Google image search, for example like pink flowers. Okay, so you letak. Okay. So now the background has changed. Okay, and then this one, the feature here.
Nur, boleh ulang sekali lagi tak?
Okay.
Dia nak masukkan background.
Background. Okay, I buka baru I buka yang number second one. Okay, you click dekat set background. You can choose blank. You can choose polka dots. You can choose line. Untuk mathematics, maybe this one. Okay, and buat graph maybe. Lepas tu yang tu you click image. You click image and then okay, I redo. Okay, click image. You go to Google image search if you want to take it from Google, or if you have it in your Google Drive, click Google Drive. Okay.
Kita boleh masukkan apa saja gambar lah kan? Kita boleh search.
Yes. You search je. For example, kita search pink wall. Okay, so and then you click set as frame background. Now it's more colorful.
Okay. Terima kasih Cik Nur.
Alright. Okay. Or create another one. You want to set background. Okay. I have it in my Google Drive, for example. This one and this one. For example, this is those files in my Google Drive. So I click this. Okay. That's just an example. Later I show you how to use those two images. Alright. Okay, and then adding. Still, we're looking at adding image. Okay, so we'll look at recent, the one that I choose this. Okay, I choose this and then I insert. Okay, this is, I would say that this would be something positive. You put it here. Okay, and then I want to insert this one. Okay, this is definitely no, negative. Okay. Like we talk about gratitude, right? So we have this. And then maybe you can, okay, I'm going to draw a line, but you can see how not straight the line is if you use this pen using mouse cursor. Okay. Okay. So maybe you can ask students to look at something good that happened in their life, because we're still talking about gratitude, and something bad that happened in their life. Then they can put in, they can put their answer here. They can use text, for example, here. Okay. Um, okay, like this now somebody said having friends. Okay, so good friends. Okay, and if you have, you know, like you tell them that X will symbolize this negative element that they don't want in their life, and then they can put their answer here. Okay, would you like to try this? This one I use text. Sorry, I use text. Okay, but maybe you can also use this one. Okay, um, COVID. We're not, you know that this is okay, so you save it here, and then you can, okay, so the input can be done in a form of text or the sticky notes, so you students can actually put in more answer to this one. Okay, still this one use the same link. It's just that the this is page number 3. Okay, any question? Would like to try this? Never mind lah. You can try on your own later. Okay, and then go to Jamboard. We have now, for example, well, I would like to show how you can insert images, input in the form of images. Okay, so this is perhaps another topic lah. Okay, vacation. For example, we're talking about vacation here. Okay, so this was my last vacation before COVID-19. Okay, and then you tell students do they have any any pictures of their vacation? And then you ask them to put in here. Okay, you can edit, and you can also copy link here from the share button. Copy link, and then I will share this here as well. Okay, that's another activity where you actually insert images. Okay, so it could be from images from your own phone. We can actually insert images that we find from Google or in your Google Drive. Okay, those even students can add pictures here of about vacation. Okay, so for images, you click this button, you add image, and then you go image search, and then see, for example, where did you go to, places that you've been to, pulau, apa perhentian. Okay, so we just add pictures here, insert, and then ask students perhaps okay, so this one you can move it. If it overlap with someone else's answer, you move it. Okay, and then you make your image smaller. Okay, pasti sengit ni. Okay, and then you can resize. resize, because maybe you have a lot of students who might resize. Okay, so this one, and then you put in caption. For example, pulau perhentian is located blah blah blah. Then you can resize your sentence. Then this is your caption for your and then if, say for example, you want to put in a title tengah-tengah, okay, so you can choose how big you want your font to be, title, subtitle. Okay, so this one I choose title, so the font will be bigger, and then I would like to center. Okay, and then I want to change my font color. Okay, so put there. That's the title of our particular Jamboard here. Okay. Okay, and then say for example, we look at this Langkawi picture and then we want to zoom in. Maybe we want to focus on this one because some students have not been to Langkawi. We zoom in. Okay. Oh, what bird is this? Example. Okay, and then you can zoom out, so that you can see everything. This is as small as it gets, and you can zoom in. You can also use your shortcut keyboard. Tapi mine is command plus or command minus. Maybe Windows apa Control plus, control minus. Okay, so this is adding images to Jamboard. You can write. I have this thing actually. If I may show you, I bought this thing, but it's like I think I have problem with maneuvering the thing. I have this. This is a drawing tablet. Can you see this? This is a drawing tablet and this is the pen. You can use the pen as as a cursor or mouse, and then you can actually scribble on this one, but I still have problems with maneuvering the pen on the tablet because I will show you how bad my handwriting is if I use this. Okay, this is a drawing tablet. The best what do you call this, the best brand would be this brand Wacom, but you can have like 100 ringgit plus punya pun ada. Okay, so right now you can buy this thing as well. Okay, tak kena. This is something that you can use to write on your Jamboard. But with see this one. So right now I will this is the right click or whatnot, okay? And if I touch it here, I can actually scribble it easily. But I'm not really good with the pen yet, but yeah, it's very useful actually. I'll try to master the technique lah first. Okay, so this is a drawing table that you can actually use with Google Jamboard. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next Jamboard. Okay, how else can you use? You can, for example, you want to teach about inference. So you put in this one, they can interpret from the comic strip to. So I bought a new toothbrush. It's one of those electric ones. The bristles vibrate for a more thorough cleaning. So students can actually give input what they think the the inference from this comic strip is. Okay, and then this is what students do, and this was like just to make them familiar with that one. So some of them actually wrote on this Jamboard. Some put arrow here because they use this one, the shape thingy. Okay, and then this one straight away they write the answer, and then this one they even put another image because it's up to them actually, because this one we just wanted to discover the use of Jamboard at that point. Okay, all right. Okay, any questions so far?
No, Hasno.
All right. Okay, so how else can you use it? There are many ways of using it. For example, we want to create, for example, a bar graph. Contoh bar graph. Okay, so the question I would like to ask is, do you like to travel abroad or locally? Okay, so this is my question. So what I do is this one is for those who love to go abroad. Okay, and the other one is for those who love to travel locally. Okay, so I will ask them to actually pick the answer. So what I do is I duplicate this this answer, so they can choose. Duplicate, and this one as well, because we need them to actually give feedback or response, right? Okay, and perhaps one more answer would be, I would like to travel okay. Kita kan, you cannot discriminate, right? So we have one student, for example, or two, who doesn't like travel. So this one also I will duplicate, and what I will do for the bar graph is I'm going to put a shape here. Okay, so I will duplicate. Okay, okay, so this is for those who don't like to travel. They will put their they will they will drag their answer. Okay, and this is for those who love to travel abroad, and this one is for those who like to travel locally. Okay, so what you can do is you can choose one answer. If you say for example there's not enough post-it, so you can duplicate. Okay, so I don't like to travel, so I put my answer here.
Cik Nur nak tanya kenapa bila I nak move to it goes to the back of the graph bar tu.
Okay, so macam ni kan. Okay, macam ni it's at the back. So what you do is you order, you bring to front. Nanti dia dah ada kat depan.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Dia macam images kan, because images kan sometimes for example you want to flip for example kan. So what you can actually use that bring to front, bring to the back tu, so you macam dekat belakang ada surprise of the next image that they will see. Macam
Okay.
flip.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so maybe from this one you can see most people would love to travel, so the bar graph is like only one number. And then you see most people will love to travel abroad, so you can see the bar graph is higher. This is what you can do. And then you ask them to interpret the bar graph or whatnot. But there are many ways of doing it. Okay? So any questions so far? Ada soalan tadi. Any other things you would like to know? I mean, it's easier if I explain, like, say for example, you have tried this, but there are certain things only that you would like to do. Okay, so far, I would say that it's useful. It's very interactive. This is how we can collaborate, not just with students, but also with our colleagues actually. Okay, and I can also share with you other things that yeah.
Students can clear the page as well.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Kak
Kalau
Ali.
dia orang nakal-nakal lah.
Yes. Be careful with that one. Tapi kan dia ada undo button.
Oh, okay.
So you can undo. Perhaps if it is an assignment, okay. If it you put a cut off. Say for example, they have to like submit by 4 o'clock, and 4 o'clock tu you tukar the sharing setting. Maybe they can just view so that tak kacau dah. Okay, so we're done with this. Okay, so we
katalah we want to assign 3 orang.
Yes.
We open a different file lah kan?
Ya, betul.
Okay.
You nak share dengan 3 orang je kan?
Katalah.
So, only you share dengan these people je. So you
The
pergi
name lah.
Yes, the email.
Baik.
Pergi dekat share button tu add these people je, add people and groups only.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright. Okay, so now we go to Google Meet. Where is Jamboard on Google Meet? It's here. You click the 3 buttons here. This one, whiteboard, open a jam. during class, you might want to use this one. So you click this one. You can either choose a file from a drive, or you can start a new whiteboard. Okay, macam tadi kita share link. But if you have an existing Jamboard, you can choose from your drive, or we can start a new whiteboard. If you're starting a new whiteboard, it's totally a blank slate lah. And then you want to share with these people or not, so you edit. They can only view, you cannot edit. Okay, students, today I'm going to just share a slide where you can only view. You're not supposed to do anything. So you click view. If you want them to collaborate and work together on that particular Jamboard, you say that they can edit. Okay, so you send. And then the Jamboard will appear here. Okay, or you are still on Google Meet. You have already created a Jamboard, so you choose from your drive. This one. For example, this one, Open Jam. Okay, you can only view because this was done with my students. Okay, we were working on parallelism in this activity. And then right now you can still rename. You can rename. Okay. Maybe I put here parallelism. Okay. So this is what we did. This was when I did parallelism with LED students. Okay. Senang kan?
Awesome sangat.
Okay. So if you're using like macam Google Apps kan, maybe ada difference lah a bit, but I don't know. I'm not really sure how different it is, but there are differences on the layout, I think, but basically the function will still be the same. Okay. Okay, I think that's all. I mean, very basic. It's not difficult at all. It's not complicated. Okay, you can, but we have to be prepared lah. Macam students might not want to write anything, whatnot. I mean, you know, sometimes they're not comfortable writing sentences, so because the friends will actually see the answer. That happens. Okay, and then you can actually create, for example, 2 hours of class. You can create from pre-reading, while reading, post-reading, and then last would be maybe you will put on Google Classroom a reading passage before they go to while reading. You do the pre-reading, then ask them to go to, you know, like it's like a real classroom. Okay, and on Google Classroom, you can also assign them for work. For example, like this one. Okay, the classwork here that we have is, okay, brainstorming. Okay, so what I did was, what you have to do is you create assignment, okay, and then just now the topic was esports, right? Esports. Okay, brainstorm on the topic given. Okay, and then you add from your Google Drive, cari that particular tu, you insert, and then you want the students to do work, right? So they can edit. Or is it going to be individual? If it's going to be individual work, you make each copy, or you make a copy for each student, and then you assign. This can also be an assignment or a question on to be used on Google Classroom. Okay, for example, I did one here just now. Okay, so this is actually the work that I've this is just dummy punya class. Okay, so here you can still edit the assignment. Okay, when is the due date? Okay, class will finish at today at 4. Okay, salah. Okay, before 4 p.m. lah. Okay. So, and then so you can ask the student to edit the file, and then, okay. Okay, and then you schedule. So the students will do this, and then they can actually submit their work. Okay. So are you making each one for them a copy? Then it's individual. If it's if they can edit on one particular file, it's synchronous class still. For each copy, then it's asynchronous. Okay? Apa soalan?
Cik Noh,
Yes.
kalau kita buat macam different page, kita share for different group of students, boleh tak?
Dia one file tu, dia satu file lah kiranya.
Oh, tak boleh separate
Yes, Dia kira one to 20 pages tu is one file, because the moment because we go by the file name kan. The moment you rename, activity tu dah lain, dia dah lain dah. So you have to create a new Jamboard.
I see. Okay, so perhaps maybe for us kalau kita nak buat group work, maybe we can assign lah kot group ni page berapa, page berapa, macam tu boleh lah kan, we just inform the students.
Yes, betul. Or maybe you buat on the topic tu, you sendiri buat is for group 1. The next group is for group 2. Yes, you dah assign earlier.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
Okay, I think that's about it. Oh, kena hujan lah. Dan peti lah. Any more questions? I think that's about it. Because this is like beginner. Kalau macam, if you want to use GIF tu pun, you can actually insert in that. Okay, so what you do is, kalau GIF tu, you pergi dekat this page. GIF ni. Okay, and then katakan, okay. Apa? I comel-comel, right? So, you click one. Okay, and then you, because sometimes GIF ni you boleh copy, sometimes you cannot. But if you can copy, you can actually share you can actually post it, you can actually paste it on the Jamboard itself. And you can also, like I said, you create a question that will somehow makes you take attendance as well. Like I said, you boleh tengok dekat the version history. Okay, I think that's about it. Very easy, I would say it's easy, but the thing is that you cannot write lah. Even with this thing pun, macam I'm so useless with this one. Still tak reti nak maneuver the pen. Okay, so I think that's about it. If you usually it's better to prepare. Yes, maybe because it depends. We sometimes we attend class, memang we want them to have a blank slate of Jamboard. sometimes. For example, you know already what they're going to, based from the syllabus and whatnot. But sometimes suddenly, Miss, can you give us example? Sometimes we want them to like discover for themselves their errors. So that's when sometimes we have to click the Jamboard, the blank Jamboard during the class, and uh, preparing it beforehand is better. Correct. I agree with that. Because you can actually circle certain words. Okay, you can actually copy passage pun. You copy passage and then click the text button and then paste it there. So you're doing reading actually. Then you ask students to underline. For example, we're doing error analysis. Kak Muni Arab error analysis apa yang salah-salah dekat ayat tu?
Tasheeh al-akhta.
Tu. So student bolehlah buat sama-sama, that you want to evaluate macam mana how they actually look at others' mistakes in sentences kan. So diorang boleh guna that pen, that highlight thingy, the underline. I mean, a lot of activities like whiteboard dekat kelas kan. Okay, Kak Muni, I think that's about it.
Alright,
Alright. Okay. Thank you everyone. I will stop recording now.